Shabbat Shalom everyone. This week it is going to be Shabbat, Parshat Korach. This Shabbat, very phenomenal Parsha, where actually only few Parshiot in the whole Torah is actually named after a specific person, sometimes in a good manner, sometimes not in such a good manner. Like we see Yitro and Sarah, Chaye Sarah, Parshat Chaye Sarah is done in a praiseworthy way. However, we see Korach, we also see Balak, the name Balak also, and there's other parashiyot which are named after in a derogatory or not such a good way because the person was not so good. Also, we saw that Parshat Noach himself was righteous in this generation, and he had his Parsha in Sefer Bereshit named after him. So very, very interesting. In this week's Parsha, we learn about two different kinds of wives someone could potentially get married to. One is very praiseworthy, one is not. So first of all, let's start with the nasty wife. Who could that be potentially? That was the wife of Korach, related to in this week's Parsha. Korach was actually a relative of Moshe and Aharon, but he felt he was worthy with his stature, with his financial stature also, to be the leader of Israel, to take them and guide them through the wilderness and to bring them into the land of Israel. Let's just say there was some jealousy between him and Moshe and Aharon. He felt he was justified in having his position, and one thing that certainly did not help Korach was his wife's attitude. His wife was saying, "Why aren't you the leader? Why are you doing all more minimal tasks compared to them? You're of greater stature, you're of greater wealth," and all that. She advised him badly and instigated him. However, we also see inside this parsha, there's someone else that was going to join in with the clan of Korach and the 250 followers. That was someone called On ben Pelet. He actually was going to be part of this, let's just say, wide consortium that was going to try and go against Moshe and Aharon in the Bamidbar. However, his wife was such a tzadikah, she spoke him out of it. She did things to stop him from joining in and saved him potentially in Olam Hazeh at that point in time, and Olam Haba saved him from joining in. And at the end, we saw the brutal punishment of Korach and his followers as they were swallowed out under the ground. And at the end, they shouted, "Moshe Emet v'Torato Emet," at the end. But friends, this is unfortunately in modern day. We see many people are very, very lucky, first of all, to find a good wife. You know, someone that's going to push them. Could be in a non-Jewish world, inside the religious world also. First of all, I have to say that religious guidelines actually promote healthy shalom bayit and healthy marriages. It's very, very much seen as essential. And in modern day, a good wife could be someone that is pushing the husband to keep the mitzvot, to go to Torah classes, to join charity organizations, to help needy people, whatever it might be, whatever sphere the person is, to speak good about other people, to encourage other people, to encourage their husbands to make the best out of themselves. That's what a good wife is in modern day. However, unfortunately, it could also be, like you see reported in even media, there's cases going on and stuff like that. Sometimes a wife might not necessarily be so nice also, unfortunately. You can end up with a nasty wife and everything else. The one that kicks a husband, that's abusive potentially, that speaks down, doesn't encourage a husband potentially to give to other people, to help other people so much, just self-centered. And we live in that day and age, possibly more than ever, unfortunately, where we see just in even non-Jewish society, in even the Jewish world, where unfortunately there's such rigid shalom bayit situations that's going on. And the Torah in this week's parasha actually advocates how crucial it is that a woman should be like the wife of On ben Pelet, encourage her husband to the path of mitzvot, to do good with others, not to join rebellions, to instigate against other people, to mean good. Criticism can sometimes be very good and sometimes essential and everything else, but done constructively at the same time. But if it's done just for glory, just for position and power and control, is the worst thing possible. And we see this character trait in this week's parasha within regards to it. And it's very essential also that the husband also plays a crucial role in the woman's life, also vice versa, that they've got to give the wife a lot of attention in modern day. They've got to be good, compliment the wife a lot, encourage the wife also. It's not just one-sided, it's also a two-sided thing. And that's what a religious especially when people get married, the rabbi or the rabbinate, they would highly recommend the different guidelines within regards to a couple should adhere to within regards to their marriages, within regards to attention time, within regards to the different halachot that a couple has to learn when they are committing inside the marriage, and all the different things that must be kept. So it's incredible. With a praiseworthy wife, we sing, the husband sings every Shabbat to the partner, Eshet Chayim, the shir on the Shabbat table, the mizmor just before we do the kiddush on Shabbat. Praiseworthy is a woman, is a righteous woman, the woman of valor, and that's what it is. We should be praying, even at a young age, that people and are looking will find the special woman, and the woman vice versa should be praying that they will find the perfect man also. That is very important, and we see in this week's parsha, the wife of Korach, no, she didn't, she wasn't the woman of valor. She wasn't the great woman that pushed Korach. She could have pushed Korach and said to Korach at the time, look, you've got a prominent role here in the Bamidbar. Look how lucky you are. Your cousin is the leader, Moshe and Aharon. Look, we're about to enter the land of Israel. Look how much you can help. What a great role you can play. However, she downplayed it and everything else and just wanted him to be the leader, despite it was against God's command. However, on Ben Pelet, she saw the bigger picture over here of what he could bring and to Am Yisrael, how bad it will be if he instigates against this and the punishment that can occur. And she also witnessed just before, because we learned in Parshat Shelach the punishment of the Meraglim. She was able to see the lessons of all the calamities that befell other leaders that had spoken Lashon Hara and had done wrong against Moshe and Hashem, and she learned from those lessons and was a positive influence on them. So guys, we've got to try and be the best version of ourselves wherever we are, whether we're in our marriages, whether we're in our workplace, with our kids, or whatever it might be, whether we're school kids that are learning. We've got to do the best we can and become the best potential person who we can be. And I want to dedicate this in Lilun Nishmat to Raphael Benjamin Ben Margalit, who sadly passed away just last week. This is Shiva this week. Benjamin, Raphael and Margalit. Guys, have a Shabbat Shalom and take care.